Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do the online lab assignment for Module 2. It really sounds a lot harder than it is. I'm going to try to give you the step-by-step instructions, just using different data fields. So let's go into the assignment itself and take a look at it. So we're going to do the Module 2 online. I want to note that I'm starting to make 1904s in here, so that'll be easier for you to identify exactly what belongs to this class. So we're going to click on Online Lab 1 here in Module 2. And you can see this is the actual assignment. So you're going to create a database named Lab02 with your initials, and it's going to be based on that. So what you're going to do is you're going to create 4 tables. These are the codes, and these are the primary keys for each one. So you can use your own judgment for the data types, but this is always going to be numeric auto increment, and these, of course, would be short text. This would be number auto increment or integer, and these would be text. This would be number, and this also would be integer because this is a foreign key in here. So you can see how that is. So for right now, this is what we're going to do. I have access over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start from here, click on New, Blank Database, and I'm going to call this Lab 02, and I believe it's followed by the initials. Click on Create, and now we have a table with absolutely nothing in it. So the very first thing we need to do is create one of the tables. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a class table and an enroll table. So first thing I'll do is I want to do a class code. Notice I have all capital letters, and I'll just call this ID or code. It really is okay to call it code, but I'll just call it ID to make it simple. The next one is going to be a course code, and that will be numeric, but we don't need to worry about that because this is going to be part of only 2 tables, so I'm going to create it anyway. So what we want is a number, and I'll call this course code. And there's an issue with doing this, which I'm going to address in a separate video, and what you should name things that are going to be foreign keys in other tables. So what we're going to do here is we're going to change that to a numeric, and we're going to click over here. We want a class section, so that will be numeric. Then we have a class time, a classroom, and a professor number. So I'm just going to do one of the fields because they're basically the same thing. So let's just do class time. Oops. So we need to do date and time, class time. And we do not need to add any data at all. We're just going to create the actual tables, and then we're going to link them. So I'm going to click on save, and it will ask me to name it. So the first one is going to be just class. Next thing I'm going to do is close this. And then I'm going to create a new one. And we're going to create a new table. And we're going to call this enroll. So what we want to do is for the enroll, we're going to do class code, and we're going to do student number, and we're going to do array grade. So we'll do class code. Finally. You might have to click on it a bunch of times. Then we have student number, which is going to be number. And we're going to do the enroll grade. Okay. Notice I'm not spending much time detail to naming it at all. So now we're done with this, and we're going to save it. And we're going to call this enroll. So now we have two tables, a class and enroll table. So to do the relationships, it's really very easy. Now, obviously, you're going to click on create, and you're not going to find relationships. So just like any Microsoft Office program, you click on things. So let's click on external data and see what we have. Well, we don't see anything here. So we're going to go to database tools, and we're going to see relationships. Now it gives us two tables over here. We have to add them both. As soon as you add them, you will see the actual table in their fields. So we have class, and then we have enroll. And we can close this. So now what we need to do, what are we going to link together? Well, we're going to link the class ID with the class code. It sounds really hard, but it's not. Click on this one here and just drag it to it, and a screen will pop up. And we want the class ID to go to the class code. Make sure you enforce referential integrity. We'll talk more about that in another video. Once you do that, click on create. If all goes well, your data in here. Okay, so this is something why I left the actual file open. So when you get this message, you don't have to worry about it. So we'll close this here, and let's see if it'll let us close, which it won't. So we have to go back, click on enroll and close it. And let's try it again. Click on this, enforce, and click on create. Now notice what had happened. It created our relationships for us. Now this happens to be a one-to-one, but normally you're going to want one-to-many, and that can be changed in here. I'm not worried about what you're going to do, but just click on that. As long as you have the referential integrity, it will automatically assign that for you. So that's it for this video. I'm sorry I'm a little hoarse, but hopefully this will help you. If you have any questions, of course, please feel free to email. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.